Hi, I'm Corporal Nation, part of the cybersecurity team here at Number One Radio School at Cosford, and I'm going to be delivering to you part one of your cybersecurity training within the Air Cadets. The first thing we're going to look at is social media and the impact it can have on you if you post a little bit too much information online. So, what is social media? I'm sure you're pretty much quite clued up to what it actually is. It's this kind of stuff. It's your Facebook, it's your Twitters, your Instagrams, Flickr, Pinterest, Skype, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. And the video that follows this bit, I'll emphasize how big social media actually is. That video, social media, it's really big. It's too big a thing to disappear overnight, and I think you pretty much agree with me that social media is here to stay. It's a fantastic tool. I love it, and I'm sure you guys love it as well, for staying contacted with people all around the world, keeping up to date with anything. Pretty much all of us go and check Facebook, we check Twitter before we probably check the news, to be honest. However, there's a dark side to it. I think what it says here is quite true. Your data is tempting to others. You may think you're quite a boring individual. You may think that your life, your information isn't interesting to others. However, there are people out there that will want to do stuff to you without you even knowing. So your data is tempting, and this video will highlight it.
Dag Fien. Dus even voilà. Ik zie je in school tegen Antwerpen.
Ja,
Insecten.
dat blieft?
Ik voel 2 insecten op je rug. Kan dat?
Ja, vlinders.
Slovenie?
Zo hè.
Een moto. Oranje.
Pats erop.
Zenit.
Oui, oui, bien.
Je hebt een vriendin. Julie de... Met wie?
Ja.
Een boeiend liefdesleven. 3, 4 zelfs.
De vierde, daar zwijg ik meestal over, dus dat weten niet veel mensen.
Hoe is het met je spierscheur? Maison rouge, balkon, blanc. Ja. geld, ik zie transacties. Maar kent je rekeningnummer van buiten? Ik denk dat ik het wel weet. Die staat wel negatief op je bankrekening.
Ja?
97. Last month, you spent €200 on alcohol. Vorige maand €300 aan kleding gespendeerd. 8.
Ja.
5. Voor een huis dat van eigenaar gaat veranderen. €795.000.
Ja, eigenlijk.
41.
Ja.
Is dat juist?
Ja, dat is juist. Oh my god. Oh nee. Ah, dat is, ik weet niet hoe eng.
So, as you saw from that video there, by just having those little snippets of information online, the bad guys could pretty much glean their entire life, like credit card details, what they've been up to, spending habits, just from what they've posted in social media and in the public domain. It's like quite scary stuff. What I'm going to do now is emphasise this even further with my hashtag true story. And what we've got here is Matt Honan. He's a journalist, he writes for Wired magazine, he blogs, does other kind of stuff. Quite switched on, bit of a techno geek. However, this happened to him. His life was stolen in 1 hour. It's crazy to think, because you'd think this guy, the business he's in, he'd know what he was doing. So, I'm guessing this is the question you're asking yourself, and if you're not, you should be, because it's quite important. Matt was on Twitter, and his handle was @Matt, and basically some hackers saw this and they really wanted it. So they were on his Twitter account, they went to his personal website, because his details were on there. It's not a bad thing, he's a journalist, obviously he wants to show himself out there. So on his website he's got his Gmail address. That's not a problem, because somebody wants to get in touch with you, you want them to have you want to have your email address there, don't you? However, with Gmail you can go to the reset my password page, and this is where it starts getting a little bit dark, because it gave an alternate email address of m-n@me.com. Now, for those of you who may not be aware, you may not have Apple devices, me.com means you have an Apple device and it's associated with the iCloud. So with that in mind, we ponder like pondering Kitty. m-n@me.com. What could that possibly be? Yes, matt.honan@me.com. Brilliant. As a hacker, this is how you're kind of feeling right now. You're well happy. So, armed with his Gmail address, he's got his home address, etc. The hackers then called Amazon.com and they said, I'd like to add a credit card to this Amazon account, please, because I'm Matt Honan. They passed all the security checks because they had his Gmail, they had his home address, etc. So Amazon were happy to do that. He can now add an email account to his Amazon account because he's got a genuine credit card associated to it. So they rang up Amazon again and said, hello, I'm Matt Honan. Unfortunately, I can't access my Amazon account because I've lost my email address login, so I can't do anything with my reset and my password. So could I associate this with it, please? And they said, yes, can you verify? So the hackers verified with a new credit card that they'd added onto it. This is good times now because you're a hacker, because you can go into the payment details and you can start looking at what credit cards or other payment methods are associated with that Amazon account. It'll show the last 4 digits and it'll show the expiry date. This is absolute gold, because what can we use that for? We can use it for authenticating who we are. So thinking in mind, Apple, the hacker then rang up Apple Care Support pretending to be Matt, saying, hello Apple, I'm Matt Honan. Unfortunately, I can't get into my iCloud because I forgot what my login details are. Apple went through the security protocol with it. The hackers messed up on a few of them. However, when it got to the credit card details, they've got everything in front of them from his Amazon account. So that now they can log into his iCloud, which is fantastic. Because thinking back, Gmail account, where was that associated to? So they reset his Gmail account. Brilliant. now got access to Google Mail. With access to the Google Mail account is associated with as a Twitter account, so he can reset his Twitter password. Fantastic times. They've achieved what they wanted to do. However, they didn't stop there. Being good hackers, they wanted to hide all the traces of what they'd actually been up to, so they wiped his iPhone, his iPad and his MacBook, because using Apple devices, making everything remotely, you want everything to sync, which isn't a bad thing, but if you're doing bad things with it, it could be. So yes, they did all that remotely, so the hacker didn't even have to leave his house to do that. Sat in his chair behind his computer, wiped everything. Matt's photos, the works. So, was Matt actually a specific target? This is the question. Obviously, he's a journalist, he's out in the public eye, but did he think it was just like, this is Matt Honnon, I don't agree with what he's written, I don't agree with his blogging, I want to take him down? No, that wasn't the case. Matt wasn't a specific target, it was just his Twitter account that was the target. So, why do you think they did it? Do you think it was like a bit malicious? No, they just did it for a laugh. Because that's what hackers sometimes do. It's not all about cyber criminality, stealing your information, stealing your credit card details. Because if you think back, they had access to his Amazon account and his full details, so they could have started ordering things, but they didn't do that. What they wanted was a Twitter account, and everything that came along with it, well, they were happy. That was even more of a laugh to them. So, how could you prevent this happening to yourself? This is a very, very, very important question. Have you seen this kind of stuff before? Two-factor authentication. Essentially, every time you log into your machine, it'll prompt you for a code that you could either generate from your mobile device in the Facebook app, it's got a code generator, or it could text you a code which you then import, which times out after it. And also as well, if somebody actually tries to log into your account from a different location, you'll get a notification of that as well, so you can see if somebody's actually trying to compromise your account from a different area. And as you can see here from Matt, if he'd used two-factor authentication on his Google account, it could have negated all this bad stuff happening to him. And if you're unsure about how to actually set this up, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc., other accounts, PayPal, eBay, different sites, many sites use two-factor authentication, and it's free to set up. Obviously we've got some URLs here, but this website here, getsafeonline.org, it wraps everything up nicely. So here we are on the Get Safe Online website, and as you can see, you've got the different tabs at the top for regards to protecting your computer, yourself, your smartphone, tablet, banking, looking after kids, social networking, and businesses, if that floats your boat. We're going to have a look at the social networking, and we'll go down to the social networking sites. And there's a whole host of information here. However, what we're interested in for setting up different aspects, for example, two-factor authentication, is each of the social media sites. I've got a link in here. I've already pre-opened the one for Twitter. So in the help center here, it gives you all the information on how to set different things on. And the same for YouTube as well. So as you can see, Get Safe Online, it's a very, very, very useful site to go and use. So as you've seen, Get Safe Online, very, very useful website, aggregates all the different security centres together to make it a bit simpler for you so you're not fumbling around, because it can be a bit complicated. So this brings us towards the end of the presentation now. So ultimately, don't be afraid of the internet. The internet's great. Yes, there are some bad people on there, but hopefully by taking away the few little tricks that we've gone through today, you should have a safer time online and stop anybody potentially gaining your information. Thank you.